What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to first be digging the car out of the snow because we got a little more snow here after the last storm on top of it, and I still haven't dug the car out. It's outside, but I did get some stuff in for the exhaust. Oops. But yeah, I got this J-pipe, so I'd like to take this and try to make a wastegate dump because I don't want to have the wastegate dumping into my engine bay. I also cleaned the garage up a little bit. Not really that well, but it's pretty cold outside. In the garage it's 41 degrees. So you can see 41 degrees, the one on the bottom, top's humidity. But outside it's like 11, and real feel it's like -2. So it's only gonna get colder tonight. But I'm gonna get the car in, and after I clean it off, that is. And yeah, and we'll get to work on this wastegate. I'd like to do some more pulls soon for you guys. But the roads are still kind of salty and they're a little wet, so I'm gonna wait a little while longer, I think. But tomorrow I have plans to go do a smoke check on the car, and I'm gonna smoke test the whole intake system and see if we have any vacuum leaks. That's gonna be nice info to know whether my injectors are, leaking, or any sort of thing that might be leaking vacuum wise. We can fix that up so this thing runs really good. I feel like there's like a slight issue at idle. It just like kind of stumbles. I'm not sure if it's because of the large injectors or what. I mean, because when you're working with big injectors on a small 4-cylinder car like this, you're working with like 0.5% and duty cycle and stuff like that. When you try to tell the injector a 0.5% duty cycle, sometimes it's like it doesn't know exactly how much to spray or whatever the case is. So I got to figure out the idle issues. If it's that, it is what it is. But if I can fix it, that'd be cool. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get the car pulled in. Yeah, so you can see we're pretty well covered in snow. Not too bad because I cleaned it off after the big storm, but we got a little more snow last night. So yeah, I got to shovel this whole section out. My uncle came and plowed the driveway for us, but got to shovel this car out. Been driving the truck, obviously, because I got 4-wheel. But yeah, this thing, not so lucky. Man, I wish I had the exhaust hooked up and we could see it shoot the snow out of the tailpipe. But yeah, I'm gonna start digging and see if we can get this thing all pulled out. Let's see. It's gonna kind of be tough to see. Let's see how she starts up, or if. Oh yeah, like a champ, like a champ. Loves life. I just wanted to show, I don't know if you could tell on video, but there's frost on everything. The whole intake is all frosty looking, and the wastegate and everything, and all the intercooler piping. Pretty funny. This thing's real cold. I don't know if I'm ever going to drive it in these sort of conditions, but you could definitely see the idle problem in that last little clip there. It doesn't normally stall, but since it's so cold, it's actually having a tough time running even. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think it might be way too rich. My air fuel gauge is like really rich, like 10.0 after startup. There's an area in the tune I think I'm gonna have to play with. It's like the post startup fueling, and I'm gonna pull some more out of it because this thing just does not know how to run. I think it's got way too much fuel in it. But yeah, let's let it de-ice. Alright guys, so I got it warmed up to like 46 in here. Almost workable. Brought the car in, and yeah, we're looking at this guy right here, wastegate. I'd like to have that go down right through there, and hopefully we can make it to the ground. You can see the floor down there. So yeah, like I said, I got this J-pipe here. I got it clamped up. This is the first cut I'm going to make here, and then this piece right here is going to get welded to the flange that I have somewhere over here. I have all kinds of flanges. Probably this one though. I think it might be stainless, but hopefully the welds won't crack. I don't know. Oh well. So I'm going to give it a shot and chop it right here. Got a new blade on my Sawzall, so we'll get started. So the next cut is right here. I'm going to try to make this as straight as possible, but I'm going to cut the 180 directly in half, so I end up with two 90s basically, and then I'm going to try to 90 it out of here, have it 90 like this, and then I'll try to fit the other 90 to send it down in that direction. Hopefully this works out. I'm not a fabricator, but I'm learning, so we will see how this goes. So I got the first piece all tacked on right here. I just put two welds on it just to hold it in the meantime. That's the 190 that I cut, and then I cut the other 90 so that it would reach down to a good distance where I can send another pipe off of this. I'll have to figure that out from there, but I did mark these with a Sharpie where I want to tack them up. So I'm going to go ahead and tack these two up, and then I'll show you guys the test fit, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, so that's classic amateur welding right there. I just blew a giant hole in this pipe because it's pretty thin, and I have my welder settings turned up way too high, so I'm going to have to fill that in, figure it out. But yeah, for now it's tacked. I'm going to go ahead and test fit it onto the car. So if we're looking like this guy is bolting in like that, and that bend comes around pretty good, and it starts to shoot it down that way. So now we just got to try to fit a pipe on there that's going to take it either the rest of the way, or maybe I'll have to do one more. But we're looking pretty good. We are definitely making some progress. So now you can see I got the pipe tacked, and we're going down here, and it looks like it's close, but it does clear the heat wrap down pipe there. And so we're just going to send it off a little bit to the right of where it currently ends up now, and then just straight down basically to the floor down there if you can see it. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. I think with one more piece of pipe I should be able to get it down to the level I want it, and have it just dump straight down under the engine. I think we'll be okay with that. But right now it's still kind of in the engine bay, so I'm just going to tack up one more pipe, and then this wastegate will be dumped, and we can go ahead and finish weld everything. So it turned out to be a little more complicated than just a couple more pipes. This thing gave me trouble last night. This is basically a bend I had to make that went around the down pipe, but I didn't have any bends left, so I had to make it out of straight. Lots of angle cuts and stuff like that. But I did get it to work, and this is going to be our wastegate dump. Fish it down here like this, and put it on like that, and it goes all the way down, and it dumps underneath the oil pan. Not sure if you can see it down there, but yep, it dumps all the way under the oil pan, and we should be good to go on that. So now what I want to try to do is do a little bit more injector tuning on this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt this all up. I'm going to throw a gasket on the wastegate because I never did, and a gasket on this as well. I might heat wrap this. Not going to do it right now. I'm going to try to get the idle tuned and everything, because this thing has some serious issues. And I think it's all due to the injector tuning, because there's a whole area that I didn't really mess with that I definitely should have. And it relates to like a lot of cold start stuff, and I'll show you guys once I pull it up. But yeah, we're going to get started on tuning. Okay, so one thing that I went in here and did on my computer was I went to the advanced tables. So I'll show you, I think the advanced ones are right here. And then I went down to injector battery offset stock. And then the injectors that I selected were these 750, RC Engineering 750cc, and the 12 ohm version, not the 3 ohm. Hunter tuned, I was just watching his video, and that's what he did. So he selected that battery offset, so hopefully that helps out a little bit. And then I might mess with the engine coolant temperature stuff after, but for right now I just want to get it to start up good. So I think that's yeah, okay, so we're gonna go into advanced, and we got to see if we can mess with some of these values right here. And I think off the bat we're gonna do we're gonna lower these values. 0.7 cranking, post startup, let's try 0.7. We'll leave these for later. O2 will leave, and the final multiplier will leave, because I feel like the fuel table was okay. It's just the starting stuff. So cranking, we're gonna pull some fuel, and after it starts up we'll pull some fuel. And then the offset, I've been told to start with 20 or 30. So I'm not really sure why or how, but I guess maybe I'll just start with nothing. Oops. I'll start with nothing, and we'll see how it goes. And if it still runs not so good, then we'll add a little offset, and we'll see if that fixes it. I'm not really sure about this stuff, so I'm trying it. But yeah, so I hit that, and then I want to save this as a new file so that I know what I've done here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to give this thing a crank, and we will see if it starts. Okay, got rope. Now let's see how this thing starts up now. Okay, so we're looking okay so far. Let's see what it does in the first 30 seconds here, because that's when it's going to stop running off post startup and start running off the other sensors, like the engine coolant temperature sensor. So if it stalls out soon, then we're going to know. It's still running super rich post startup here. Alright, so I've been messing around trying to tune this thing, and I think I finally got it. I'll show you guys my settings in a little bit, but here's a start. I mean, the car's pretty much warmed up, so it's not really a true test, but it starts much better than it did, and it runs a lot better. The idle comes right up. Can't read the air fuels till the guy's heated up, but see, it's still kind of idles at like a little bit rich when I first get it started up, and then it kind of comes up. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, as of right now, looks like everything is okay. Still a little rich at idle, 13, but the car's not fully warmed up yet, so I'm thinking that might have something to do with that. So 13 is okay to run at until the car actually warms up. Does need to be a little bit richer in the cold, but I would like to fix that still. I'll have to figure out exactly what numbers to play with, but as of right now, the car runs much better than it did, so I'm pretty happy with it. So the final numbers that I ended up with over here were these. These are all the numbers. So I have the cranking at 0.6, post startup at 0.4, tip in at 0.7, just because I noticed when I would tip in the throttle it would go rich and it would kind of bog the RPMs, but now it's better, but it still goes pretty rich. So I don't know, I might even pull more out of the tip-in. We don't need to go 10-0 on tip-in. We'll go to 0.5 on tip-in. We'll see what that does. Still goes to 10 on tip. Alright, so the car's been sitting for a little while. I was getting ready to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and see how well it starts up. Still kind of does that thing, but then it idles up and it sounds pretty good right now at 1200 RPMs. Runs a lot better with the injector battery offset. I'm not sure if it's just me, but the car seems to run a lot better. Oh yes. Sounds really good. Idle RPMs down. Alright, so I'll see if I can show you guys a little second gear pull here. Alright, got a little carried away. This thing's so fast. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we did spin the tires a little in second gear. I mean, it's pretty cold out. Not a ton of traction. But, yeah, this car is really getting it. Oh my god. It's pretty fun. I gotta get a nice straight road. Yeah. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. This thing's ripping now. Yeah, the second gear is no traction past like 4,500 RPMs. It just freaking smokes them. Smoke show. I want to see those tracks on the way back. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I had a little spark breakup on one of my pulls in third gear though. Yeah, I don't know. We gotta maybe gap the spark plugs down a little bit. I can't imagine what this thing's gonna be like on like 10 PSI. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm almost there, so maybe I'll film a few more pulls on the way back. Hope you guys enjoyed that pull. I know I certainly did. I definitely got to get some suspension going on in this thing. Yeah, so I went to my dad's shop. We smoke tested the car, and the car does have quite a few leaks in the intercooler piping, which I didn't really expect it to have as many as it did. So it's got quite a few leaks. And other than that, there was a leak from the EGR control solenoid, and it was leaking just right out of the valve. So I think that could be a source of a vacuum leak or something. So definitely gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, as of right now, This thing's pretty well tuned. It's pretty safe, I think, for me to beat on. It's totally roasting the tires in second, and yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys can see the tachometer from where the GoPro is. See if I can rip another pull for you guys here. Wait till this car goes by. A little second into third. Yeah, it definitely gets it. Oh my god, I can't really ride out third. I just don't have a straight enough road here. Gotta find a little more open stretch, then we can actually see what this thing can do. I know first gear is just going to absolutely blow the tires off of it. How's about 70? About 70. Yeah, first gear just absolutely rips the tires off. Second gear revs out to like 80 miles an hour. That's pretty ridiculous. Third gear rather. Yeah, third gear absolutely rips. Wow. I couldn't be happier, guys. Yeah, this thing's fast. This thing is fast. There's no doubt about it anymore. This thing is fun. It's so healthy, you know? It runs great. I couldn't be happier. I think we're making good power. Yeah, I mean, second gear absolutely roasts the tires. Third gear could have a little more power. I mean, it's got a pretty good pull. Realistically, the best thing to do would be a boost by gear setup, but I don't have Honda, so I'm not going to be able to set those up, unfortunately. But, you know, maybe at some point I'll switch over to Honda, and we can get this thing to hook in second gear, and then give it more in third or whatever. But I'm gonna drive it for a little while like this, and you know, after that I guess we will see if we can turn up the boost. The boost controller is already coming in the mail, so I'm not gonna not turn it up. So we'll see what we do. We'll see how much power she makes. I mean, all I have is the butt dyno, but I'd say we're in the 200 to north of 200 range, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But thanks for watching, guys, and peace out. I'll see you in the next one.